we may have a chance to replace some typed emitters with just behavior subject. I don't really think we're deriving that much benefit from these things. So what if we just had a signal hub, and instead of observables, everything's just at the top level, or let's start with outgoing. It's kind of because I didn't really want to do a mapping for each of them, or perhaps all outgoing can be on one channel. What is outgoing? Outgoing is outgoing events, member state patch, member state changed. Speak to the API. I think we can just fix it if we just say outgoing events just becomes an now we're saying outgoing and then dot something. If we're only forwarding these things, it can just be on the channel. We just don't have a type for it. I don't know. Let's just keep it for now. It's not a super high priority. So what's next? Yeah, the usage might be better. But maybe we can focus on features first. Log the logs in the back end so we can view them offline later. Do that later. State can be made into an observable, so updates triggered to the menu redraw. I think I did this. In the last video. Move member state from space broker to somewhere else. Oh, the default member state. I think this part might be done already. Mic preferences, sometimes Boolean, sometimes on and off. Yeah, we can fix that. Yeah, I think I still want to, I do want to do this, but it's going to take a long time. So this might be a good one. Grab a nickname. Yeah, to do. Put that at the top of the list. Show nickname, or pick avatar. Maybe there is something to save. So you're in a space. How do you design your avatar? Or maybe you can create a special space for an avatar. You give the space name, and then any geometry that's within or named in a certain way will be the avatar. But spaces aren't versioned. So where do you store these assets? Maybe what you do is you create a space, and then you start pulling in meshes and geometry, and then you need to parent them, and then maybe you select the parent and then export as avatar head. So we'll need the ability to parent some things together. Parent or unparent. That's interesting. What happens if you're selecting things? When you're selecting things, it always selects the parent. And if you want to break apart, does it take the child and unset the children? That is a good question. Parent, unparent, and object in VR, which will be necessary for complex objects. should have a delete button that says click an item to delete it. Or maybe you select objects, but I can only select the parent. So if we parent this to the other thing, which I don't think we can do in the scene debugger, can we? But we can maybe do this. So box equal scene dot select get mesh by name box fix ALC, and let's say cone equal scene get mesh by name, and we get cone R9SBBC, and let's make the cone parent cone set parent to the box. Boop. And now if we select the cone, we get the cone and the box. But if we select the box, oh, what? Interesting, it selects both of them? Hold on, I only want the cone. I only want the cone. Yeah, the cone is a child of the parent. If I rotate all these gizmos are around that. I can't even select this. But if I do cone unparent or parent equal null, now I can select them independently. So when you select it, you're selecting the whole tree, it looks like. But that means I can't delete something that's selected. I can't delete just the partial mesh. Or I would have to unparent it before I can delete it. Well, I won't even be able to move it without unparenting it. At least not in this style. picked up the 4. I think we should have some items that we don't edit. And in fact, there's some items I can't see, such as the spawn point. Like, how do you show that? So if you go into edit, one of the things we should do is we should show spawn points. Show spawn points when entering edit mode. So we can make primitives a scrollable list as well. Make primitives a scrollable list. Okay, we can at least adjust the way it looks in VR here. So when we enter VR, that's what it looks like on our left controller. So I think we want to tilt it forward a bit. Let's press them both forward. So how do we do that? We're going to rotate that. So in View Manager, this thing will build these planes. Wrist plane position. Let's also modify this wrist plane rotation. Rotation in the x-axis to be what? 0.2. Did that change anything? Crap. Set the pose. Okay, that's worse. I want like negative 0.5. Oh no. I was right the first time. I adjusted the wrong one. This is about the wrist. So, okay, if we're holding it this way, we want it kind of aligned with the controller. So we do want it more or less this way. more. Okay, so it's down like that. And so if you're, let's see, reset the pose, looking at your controller, you'll see that menu. You should maybe pull it upwards in the Y direction some more, and maybe pull it backwards. So that'd be Z, that. Okay, and how about the browse plane? Let's rotate this as well. Let's move it higher, which would be maybe like that much higher. Whoa. Y. Looks like it's actually behind my hand. We should do the other way. Should be, okay, let's see, Y is 0, but this should be, go away, so -1. What if you just don't do this, and don't do these adjustments? Let me see what just the bare minimum parenting does. Oh. because there's already a tilt on this controller. Once it does that. So let's send it forward with a negative Z. Negative Z, half a meter. Okay, that totally backfired. Should be a positive Z then. That looks pretty good. So we've got this menu. It's probably too far forward. Let's just do 20, yeah, here. And then I think we want to lay it flat, so we'll rotate it in X by radian. Looks pretty good, but I think we want to lift it up higher. So we'll lift it by 0.3, 30 centimeters. So why did it come back at us? We had it forward. Oh, browse plane, browse plane, browse plane. Yeah, I'm only adjusting browse plane. Okay, considering, oh, okay, because it's already tilted according to this thing, so it was like here. So I think it did work. It did work. In fact, we could just adjust it in here, right? With the let's do that. And then we'll be able to get to the controller 0. Browse plane. Here we go. Browse plane. And here we go. Position. Rotation. Okay, so what do we want to do to the position? So what if it went even higher? 0.5. And then push the Z out more, 0.5. And the rotation's good, too high maybe, 0.4. Lower still, 0.3, 0.2, a little bit more forward, 0.6, what about the rotation? Rotation. How's this? A little bit more. Okay, this will handle it kind of like a sword. I think that's good. So what is this value? Or the value 71, 61. 61 degrees to radian is 1.06, which we're close. 1.06. And what was the other stuff? The other stuff is y is 2, z is 6. Y is 2, z is 6. So these values. Do that. Do that. Do this again. Didn't work. Let's do jump into VR, then bring up the debugger, and then look at second controller wrist plane, and let's do the rotation. Rotation here like this. And let's move the position up, too high, 0.1, 0.05, and I think let's start with that. That's around where the hand is. Okay. So that's y, right? Y 0.05. And the rotation is, let's just, yeah, make it about 1 radian. Okay, so the other thing we can do is remove the browse texture until menu is open.